Hello, Past Ellen. You might be noticing that there is no video of me at the moment, and that's because, quite frankly, I've been feeling really, really awful lately. I've not been getting nearly enough sleep in the past few days. I've gotten, on average, about 3.5 hours of sleep every single night, so I've not been doing well. I've been going to bed late and waking up early, and so, quite frankly, I don't feel like being on camera today. So, you're just getting essentially a podcast. You say you're not happy, and you say that you're not happy, and you say that you can't feel happy, and that happiness for you is not something you can recognize or relate to. It's simply something that is an absence of stress. And to a point, I can relate to that, but physically, you and I are in different points. I mentioned a few months ago that you are about to go down a rabbit hole about how the coming months and coming year for you are going to be difficult and that you're not going to be improving in the way that you want to. However, I can say, thankfully, the next couple of months have done wonders for your mental health. Not so much your progress in life in general, but I can thankfully and happily say that mentally I'm doing much better off than you. I'm not so much feeling like I'm missing out on life. I don't feel like I'm struggling behind because of repeating first year. There's no overwhelming sense of being a failure anymore. University's hard, and getting through it at all would be nice. The people that I met in first year, the people that you remember from first year, they're all graduating now. And if those are my entire social group, I could definitely understand why I'd still be feeling like I was left behind. But thankfully, now that the coronavirus is not so much of a problem and I get to go out and see more people who are in a similar circumstance to me, it doesn't feel like I'm so isolated. I don't feel like I'm left behind. I've met so many more people since starting second year that I don't regret much. There are dozens and dozens of people who are in a similar position to you that you've not gotten to speak to because you're doing university entirely from your bedroom. The extent that you travel is the supermarket and your bedroom. The problem that you are facing at the moment is that you don't have experience. You don't know what to make of things. You don't have other perspectives that you can look at. And so the conclusion that you come to is that happiness is not something that you can feel. You're separate from everyone else. But going out and meeting other people who are in a similar situation to you is useful. It helps you realize that, you're not so isolated after all. If I could give you any advice, it would be to go out and talk to people, but that's foolish to say because that's impossible. You can't go out and meet new people because you're locked inside. There's a pandemic that's preventing you from doing anything. And personally, I have a lot to work on as well. I'm not perfect, but the problems that you've described yesterday are thankfully more or less not issues I have. Mentally, you don't become a perfect symbol of health over the next 12 months, but it gets better. There's only so much that one person can put up with, and for you and me, we've had to deal with a lot, but Eventually, it comes to an end. The depression that you're feeling is no longer so much of a strong feeling. The medication that you have, the help and support that you have, it gets better, and it works. Therapy never really worked for either of us, and so that gave us a sensation that maybe this is just something that's going to be with us forever, but thankfully, I can say that that's not the case. Things get better, Past Ellen. I can promise you that.